Hello and welcome to this video in the 30 Days of Etsy series. Today we'll be going through SEO and keyword research so your shop can get found in search. So I just want to note here that in today's video we're going to go through the process that I use personally to optimize my product listings for SEO. Now I just want to say here that I'm by no means an Etsy SEO expert. In fact, I pretty much am learning as I go, and these are just really the tips that I've used and that have been successful. So if you want to dive deeper into Etsy SEO, I would highly recommend checking out Etsy's Seller Handbook. It's full of helpful information that will help you even further with your SEO. Okay, let's get into it. Now, when working on my own business, I like to break things down into actionable steps. So when it comes to my Etsy shop, it's no different. So my Etsy workflow looks a little bit like this. First, I like to brainstorm the product. So I like to come up with ideas of what the product might be. Then when I'm happy with an idea, I create the product from that idea. Then I'll go ahead and do some keyword research to find the best keywords that I can use within my product listing. Then I will map out my product listing, so including all my details such as my titles, my tags, my product descriptions. And then once I'm happy with all that, I like to upload it into Etsy and publish. So it's a pretty simple process. Now, I mentioned that this is a simple process. It can sometimes take a lot of time to go through these steps, but as you go and you start making more and more products, you get faster and faster at doing this. And then if you use a spreadsheet or a template the first time round, you can duplicate it and then use it over and over again. Now, I thought I would just mention what you're going to expect in this video and in the upcoming videos. So I'll be going through how I research the product listing keywords, and then how I use this to create my product listing details. So these are my titles, my product descriptions, the tags, images, categories, and attributes. Now, I've already covered Etsy SEO basics in the last video, so if you haven't watched that, I would highly suggest going back and watching that video. I'll leave an info card link in the top of this video so you can go check that out. But if you've already watched that, then we're good to continue. Now, in this video demonstration today, I'll be using a spreadsheet that I created, which is going to make this whole process of keyword research and creating product listings a whole lot easier. So if you want that spreadsheet, all you need to do is sign up using the link in the description box below, and it'll send you an email with a link to download the spreadsheet so you can use it for your own Etsy shop. Now, if you want to go ahead and download that now so you can go through this tutorial with me, no worries at all. Just pause this video, grab that spreadsheet, and then come back to me. Okay, so let's dive on into this tutorial on how I do my keyword research for my product listings. Okay, so for this example today for our keyword research, I am going to use a brand new listing that I have created for my Etsy shop. It's a brand board template that's been created in Canva. Now, I haven't uploaded this exact product listing into my Etsy shop as yet, so I thought it would be a good idea to use it for our keyword research today. So as you can see here, it's a pre-designed brand board template that's been created in Canva that can also be edited by the user in Canva. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Etsy search, and I'm also going to use other Etsy sellers in conjunction with my Etsy spreadsheet to gather all the information I need for my keyword research. Okay, so now let's head on over to the spreadsheet I created that I use for my own Etsy shop to see what kind of information we're looking for when we're doing our research. So I've just got it open here, but if you want a copy of this spreadsheet, like I mentioned, just click the first link in the description box below and I'll send it straight to your email. As you can see here at the top, all the purple here is our research section of our spreadsheet. So at the top, we've got our product listing. So this is just for your reference only. So I'm just going to put in here brand board template, and it's the Peach Creative is what I named it. So that's just for my reference only. So actually, before we get into this, what I would recommend is just duplicating it. So I've got on the bottom here, under the spreadsheet, I've got a template version, and then this is the example version that we're using. So what I would do is I would just duplicate the template. That way you can use it over and over and over again for all your product listings. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is when I search for Etsy for this item, what keywords or phrases pop up. Now, I like to do this in an incognito window. That way, any of my previous search results won't appear in the actual search itself. So that way, my previous search history isn't going to influence what actually comes up. I'll just go through the rest of the spreadsheet just so we know what we're looking for. So what are the 5 tags that my competitors are using for this or similar items? So we have a general idea of what other shops might be using as well. Then we're going to break down our broad keyword, our long tail keyword, and any additional keywords. Now, let me just quickly explain what broad keyword and long tail keyword are. When we're talking about broad keywords, we're talking about 1 to 3 words that target a broad category. So they actually have a really big search volume, okay? Now, you might be thinking, well, why would you want to add these into your product listing? Well, it's because not all shoppers that go to Etsy know exactly what they're searching for. Initially, they might just have these really broad phrases that they use to search. And then as they continue searching and, finding bits and pieces here and there of what they like, then they go back into search and then they expand on that broad keyword. Okay, and then we've got long tail keywords. And long tail keywords, as the name suggests, is a longer search phrase that's more descriptive. So they generally have a lower search result, but can translate into more sales because they're so much more specific than the broad keyword. Okay, so these are the 2 types of keywords that we want to be searching for and we want to research in order to put into our product listing. And at the bottom, I've just got any other additional keywords. So if anything comes to your mind, or if you've used certain keywords in your product images and things like that, this is an area where you might want to write it down. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look at Etsy now. So we want to search Etsy for this item, what keywords or phrases pop up. Okay, so let's open up an incognito window and start searching Etsy for items that are similar to what I'm going to be listing in my Etsy shop. So the very first thing you want to do is where it's got search for items or shops, just start typing in your new product. So I'm going to type in brand board. Okay, so I'm just going to put in brand board to see what comes up. I'm not going to put in template because that's more of a longer tail keyword. So we've got brand board Photoshop, brand board template, brand board, just that one keyword there, brand boards, brand board pink, and brand board Canva. So what we want to do now is we want to take note of these and then we want to add these straight to our spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I've just added those search items. You're more than welcome to add any additional lines into this spreadsheet if you needed to add extra space to add your research here. And also, if we go back to Etsy just quickly, so you'll notice here that it's got brand board and then brand boards. When I had a read over the Etsy seller's handbook, they mentioned that you don't really have to worry about any plural of words. For example, here we've got brand board and then brand boards. Just pick brand board because Etsy will figure out the whole plural issue when people are searching for it, okay? So that's why I haven't included brand board and brand boards into my Etsy research, as you'll notice in the spreadsheet. Okay, so here's just the brand board. All right, so next we want to research 5 tags my competitors are using for this or similar items. So let me go back to Etsy now and let's start researching some competitors. Now I do say competitors quite lightly because I believe in collaboration over competition. Everybody is unique in their own way and everybody has a special something. As long as you're not flat out copying anybody, then I believe that there's more than enough for everybody to go around. I just thought I would mention that. Now let's go and press enter on brand board to see what comes up. I don't know if it's coincidental or not, but my actual brand board template for Penny Street Studio has come up as the first listing. Wow, that's pretty exciting because I am in an incognito window. So technically there's no past search history here. So that's really exciting. So perhaps let's use my own example. Oh gosh, this is a little bit meta to see what tags I'm using in that product listing. Okay, so all you want to do is just open it up. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar of where the actual tags are located on a search result or a product listing, all you need to do is scroll all the way to the bottom. Now, I have noticed that Etsy have actually changed this up a little bit. So previously, you used to be able to see all the tags listed here where it says explore related categories and search, but it now looks as if they've also included explore related searches because these search results actually look very, very similar, if not identical, to my product tags. Yeah, so that's just something to note. So you can see here, just by looking at my own product list, you can see some of the product tags that I've used and even gives you a little bit of a highlight of what perhaps the first listing is. So you can see here, explore related searches and brand board here. You can see that that's my image in there. So maybe that's something to take note of. So we've got Canva template, brand board template, brand board, business branding, logo branding, Canva brand board, branding template, branding for blog, and brand template. So these are the tags that were used inside of this product listing. So what I would go ahead and do is now research a few more competitors to gather some more product listing tags and then use those in my spreadsheet. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a couple of these just so we can add it to our example for today. Okay, so I've used a couple of those tags, just the ones that I found in my own listing. And I've added it here to the 5 tags my competitors are using for this similar item. Okay, so we know that the product listing we're creating is a brand board template and I've called it Peach Creative because it's got like peach kind of colors in it. So when I search for this item in Etsy, these are the searches that came up and then my competitors are using these searches. So now what we want to do is we want to list out our broad keyword and then a long tail keyword. So a broad keyword is obviously going to be something like brand board. So let's put in brand board. And we know that this is a good keyword because it's come up in search and it's also come up as a tag for my competitors. Okay, so we've got broad keyword, brand board. Now let's create a long tail keyword. So remember I mentioned that a long tail keyword is a longer search phrase that's a bit more descriptive than just your broad keyword. So for this example, I want to use something a bit more descriptive of my product. So I know that I've got those peach colors. So perhaps I could use something that says peach colored or peach colors or peach palette. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so the long tail keyword that I'm going for is peach colored brand board template. Now, I might actually change this to the US spelling rather than the British spelling of colored. So let me just do that now. Or actually, I might even change that to just color, peach color. Okay. I'm also going to add an additional long tail keyword here. Sometimes it's good to have a couple of different options to play around with. So here where it says any additional keywords, I'm just going to write one more long tail keyword in here that I might use for this listing. Okay, so you might notice that in the examples of these long tail keywords, I have actually included the broad keyword inside of the long tail keyword. This will actually help boost your SEO within Etsy. So just keep this in mind when you're actually creating your long tail keywords. Okay, so there you go. So that's how simple it can be to do your keyword research for your product listings. So by getting this spreadsheet and using it for your own Etsy shop, it just creates a more streamlined process. So that way, when you have to create new listings and upload them into Etsy, it's a more easier process so you can get it done more quickly and then you can concentrate on creating the products. Because sometimes the keyword research, the SEO, the updating of your Etsy shop can take just as much, if not more time than creating the actual products itself. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. Now in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use all this keyword research and then upload it into your product listing information. So on this spreadsheet, you'll notice as you scroll down, we've actually got a section where you can upload all your product listing details. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use that information we've just found and researched and then upload it into your product listing details. So I hope you'll join me for that video. But in the meantime, if you want to connect with me directly, don't forget to come join the private 30 Days of Etsy Facebook group. I'll be in there every day answering any questions that pop up and giving advice where I can. Okay? All right, I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye for now.